Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rakah Quadash. Double honors and salutations to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom to you Akim and you Aquath, also you children that believe on this word. Shalom to the speckled bird that scattered around the four corners of the globe. It's your brother Khalakar of GMS Northwest. Coming back at you with another video. And, you see it on the screen here. America is divided, and I speak as a fool, speak as a man. This division is going to lead to this civil war that's prophesied in the scriptures. There should be sedition among men, because with Trump, that's going to be now the coming in president here in the new year in 2025. You have what is called the Democratic Party, the liberals, up in roar, devastated because they feel like they're moving backwards. They're not moving forward in life or in as far as a country as the way they see their views and whatnot in the world. And you can see it at the job site. The people are, many people should have voted for this. We should be moving forward. We're moving backwards. We're moving back to and that's what, when you think about it, Trump, what some of these, things or some of these laws that he said he's going to change, like he want every American to be able to carry a gun from state to state. Basically, you have a gun and you can move state to state and you have a concealed permit that allows you to do that. As far as like out here, you have a gun and you go to Oregon or something like that, in California, and it's not the same gun law. He, with his deportation with the Tom Hoffman or Hoffman, forget his last name, forgive me, but with him saying how he want to deport all the illegal immigrants and, Northern Kingdom, Jacob's trouble, man, going to rise out of that too. But all this division that's in America is going to lead to this civil war. And we can see it clear as day. We see how the Lord is setting it up. The Lord always got you, that's why the Lord is a master chess player. I always say it. This is chess, not checkers. Chess, you have to think that the moves are calculated. They take time. They're slowly calculated, if you will, whatever might have you. But nevertheless, America is going to continue to, be an uproar. That's going to continue to be uproars of the people and continue to be pestilence and all wickedness and at high places and folly and folly is set in high places, or paraphrasing. It's going to continue to rise because, like I said, you got the left where I'll just do this real quick. First, let's get a scripture. Let's just get Mark, the 3rd chapter. And we'll go to the 20. I'm going to start at the 23rd verse. But I'm going to read it in the NLT. Salakia. This is Mark 3:23 in the NLT. It says, Yahushua called them over and responded with an illustration. How can Satan cast out Satan? He asks. A kingdom divided by civil war will collapse, and that's what you're getting ready to see. Civil war. with however the Lord might do it, because Trump, he goes against the Babylon the Great, the lewdness, the fornication, the of all, the alphabet community, Trump saying that there's only two genders, and he goes against that narrative of Babylon the Great. Babylon is the kingdom of all kingdoms, the harlots of all harlots. So in a kingdom like this, that's why it would have made sense if Kamala would have got in, because that type of vibration would have been pushed on the earth. That type of vibration where you can be whoever you want to be, you can do whatever you want to do. Freedom of religion, that leftist, that liberal type of mindset. It says similarity, a family splintered by feeling will fall apart. It says, and if Satan is divided and fights against himself, how can he stand? He would never survive. And these people don't realize that neither their sides gave it. It didn't even matter. As a matter of fact, this is the same thing from Egypt, taking it back to Egypt. Egypt 3100 BCE, Persia 550 BCE, Rome BCE, then America, 2024 today. It don't matter. It's the same thing. So like I was saying, in Egypt, they had all types of wickedness going on in Egypt, left and right. Here, let me go here real quick. Because this is the narrative, left versus right. Now I looked up what is the difference between a liberal and a conservative. Liberals believe in the fundamental liberal ideas of consent of the governed, freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom of religion. So basically, you don't have to, basically worship anything. You have the freedom to worship anything, should I say. You have that freedom. You have that right to go wherever you feel necessary to go and worship, which that's going against the scriptures. Remember, the scriptures say, for we know what we worship. It's time for the true worshipers to stand. And the true worshipers can only be Israelites. So this freedom of religion to go wherever you want, that won't even be in the kingdom of heaven, man. It says the separation of church and state. Church, the word church goes into the Greek, if I'm not mistaken, ecclesios. I think I'm mistaken that, but it means to be called out. And in its truth, being called out, you are in this, you in the church. You're being called out. That's the church. It's not a building. It's not a place that you go and throw up prayers and send money and pass on a collection plate. That's not the church. It says the separation of church and state. So basically, being separate from the truth and state. It says the right to bear arms, the right to due process, equality, before the law, and widely accepted as a common foundation of liberalism. So that's being a liberal on the left side. Basically, everybody come as you are, be as you are, blah, blah, blah. And on the right, which it don't mention, what I really wanted to say is about religion. Because the right with Donald Trump, he's more on the point of America needs the Bible. He even got his own Bible out. Salakia, forgive me. He even got his own Bible out, right? Salakia. Basically, Trump said that make America pray again. Back in May, I believe he said it. Make America pray again. And he got his own Bible out. So the left is not with that. I just read into you how they um, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, separate from the church and state. This is what do conservatives believe in. The often advocate of a strong national defense, gun rights, capital punishment, defense of Western culture and perceived threats posed by communism and more moral relativism. American conservatives may question epo- epimethodology, Slovakia, climate change and evolution more frequently than moderates or liberals. But like I was saying, they more in the pushing the God and which they don't know. They Christianity is loosely based on the Bible. Christianity is not coming. Is Christianity is not based on what the Bible is actually saying. It's based on people's ideas and what they thought and this togetherness, and it's basically is liberalism too. They just don't like to admit it, so to speak. It's not admitted. But I'm gonna put this a culture war. A conflict between groups, especially liberal and conservative groups. So this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a culture war, which is gonna lead to what? The Civil War. Like it says back in Mark 3:24 in the NLT, it says the kingdom divided by civil war will collapse. And we know that civil war coming. Let's go get Second Edges 15. And I'm gonna start at 14. Second Edges 15 and 14, it says, woe, woe means destruction to the world and them that dwell therein. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So one people shall fight against another. Who is that? That's that civil war. For the sword and destruction draweth nigh. That means is that evil times is nigh. It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the courses of the action shall stand in their power. So these when this civil war breaks out, they're not gonna care what the National Guard says. They're not gonna care what the president says. And we waiting to see what the Lord is gonna bring to bring about that civil war. You know, this civil war because Trump, they might try to take DJ out of there, man, because like I said, he go against the Babylonian way. He go against the narrative. You know, he might have it get to the point where it's all high and jolly, peace and safety, and then destruction. That destruction comes where they take him out, and then that's gonna, people gonna mourn. People will mourn for 3 or 4 days, and then after that, is wartime. It's wartime along with the immigration issue, along with the like I said, the immigration issue, along with just turmoil in general. Jacob's trouble, concentration camps, and that's going to issue in that MO that chisel, them chips, man. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. The course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go in a city and shall not be able. You're going to want to go into town. Go to the grocery store. You ain't going to be able to do that, man. It says, for because of their pride in their cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed and man shall be afraid. And some of those men, this draft, this war, these countries are not, Russia is not going to back down. You're not going to get Russia to back down. Ezekiel 38, it says, For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity among his upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and the soil and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. And that makes me think of the movie Civil War, because in the movie Civil War, there was they didn't know where it was coming from. One person thought it was coming from China because the papers was falling from the air. Another one thought it was in-house corruption. So that leads me to think that something major is going to happen where nobody ain't going to know where it came from, and everybody is going to cause all of this turmoil. And Trump might still be in office when that happened too. It might not be with him, and that's what everybody thinking. So more than likely, it might not be that. It might he'll still be walking around on his 2 feet. You know. Either way, this is this tweet. Oh man, where did the tweet go? Oh, here we go. This tweet right here, it says, the division. America feels more fractured than ever. Celebration on one side and dread on the other. It's not just politics anymore. It's a culture war. And that's what I was going to in that culture war deal, you know, between groups, the liberals and the conservatives, beliefs and philosophies. You know, they don't believe in the same thing, which is a toy on the people anyway, man. Because it don't matter. It don't even matter what you believe in. It's all the bird is on the same wing. The wing is on the same bird. You know. All right. I don't know where did that come from. Salakia. But yeah, back to the scriptures. You know. Not only that, I mean, there's even more division coming from this BRICS too. The role of BRICS in global economic multilateralism and inclusivity. Salakia. I was reading this earlier, and hold on, let me points to take away from this is this right here, this BRICS joint initiatives and establish of new development bank. And if you read the quote, it says the role of the new development bank NDB in the BRICS plus countries is primarily related to infrastructure projects in the field of the sustainable development. The ongoing projects in existing BRICS experience contribute to development of infrastructure and technology in the global south, which is primarily related to transport corridors and logistics, energy, as well as healthcare and digital accessibility and cybersecurity. So this new development bank, this international bank, new development bank is going to oversee the ongoing projects that exist in BRICS experience to contribute to the development of infrastructure and technology and goals with primarily related to transportation, and logistics, the energy, because look, this devil is going to try to tax people on energy and so this BRICS is going to be linked to the MOTB, man, as well as healthcare, digital accessibility, and cybersecurity. So your online security, online stuff, your digital access, your digital ID, and all that stuff, your healthcare, the energy, to where you go, and all of that stuff is going to be linked to the new development bank. Like, part of me is thinking like, U.S. is holding out on this and letting the rest of the world take into this, because you got to think Bill Gates and all of the Bill Gates and them, they're all out there in the world right now, going into Africa. They're going into these small and developing these little small areas with digital IDs and digital this and digital that, getting the rest of the world on cue. And then that last draw is America. That last draw is America. But America going to get in at the last second and say, like, it's like, got you. You know, we was on with it all along. We was just playing that card to make it, make it seem like we wasn't. But we was with it all along. You know, these elites play both sides, man. You gotta think about that. But this is huge. New development bank. And something else I wanted to take away from it, because it goes into the trade, and it goes into all of how this is going to, come about, and tagging it to the MOTB. It literally is tagging it to the MOTB. Um, okay, yeah, this right here, the strength and so this quote right here, it says, the novelty of the BRICS approach lies in the fact that the agenda of the interstate association includes issues on which there can be no fundamental contradictions between the participants. So basically, they're trying to make it so smooth that there will be no, why did this happen or why did that happen? It says this approach promotes the formation of mutual trust, and as a consequence opens up prospects for the development of international relations. This is the basis of a just multipolar world order to bend international relations to a common dominator. So this fundamental system uh, is supposed to basically entrust that this system is going to work. Not only that, it's going to be the world order. It's going to be this is what's going to be the order of the world. So it has to work, you know? It has to work. But like I said, you can read up on this if you have some time. I'm still looking into the, bricks, and making sure I'm keeping my eye on it, and making sure, you know, just staying in it. But yeah, it's a good read. But nevertheless, you know. But yeah, that's all I pretty much, wanted to bring out. America is divided. This place is going to continue to divide. And as it divides, it's going to go into a civil war. And, you know, we'll get on, with prophecy. And our Lord coming back, the MOTB being here, World War III, Armageddon, the fall of Esau. So with that said, I hope you got some out of this. I hope we got was edified. Hope to see you on the next video, Lord willing. Shalom.